Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is All Random Daily 007 speaking, your secret agent to loads of fun. I am playing Madden 22 as the home team Carolina Panthers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And here we go for the first time with the Panthers offense led out by their new quarterback for 2021 in his 4th season overall now after 3 with the Jets. It's Sam Darnold.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold's throw complete there to Moore. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, Darnold. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, Darnold. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to look deep for Moore. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, a 6-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, now in his 17th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Oh, this will be incomplete. Rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards.
Oh, fuck you, Rodgers.
Down on the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 84 yards. And the Panthers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down.
Yeah, go fuck yourself,
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it.
So glad he's not playing for the Packers anymore. He's such an asshole.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he's got room.
Fuck you, Rodgers.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
It was caught. Never touched the ground.
after the interception. Here's Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Second down and goal. Darnold. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. They'll run on first down. It's Scott, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Another incompletion there. He has 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as
touchdown Panthers. DJ Moore with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first half lead. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the rout is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's now a second interception and as many wins from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel. And
it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage. You're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a throw here to his running back. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Again, it's Johnson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Pressure comes.
Sit the
He's
fuck
brought
down,
It's a
Rodgers.
Panther sack. Brian Burns coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. From his own goal line, Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. A leap, and he will make the catch. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He's going to look deep for more. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a... Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He'll get this out wide to Scott.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here.
And he's been magnificent as we start to roll on all these touchdown passes he's had so far. It's been fun to watch.
It's been almost poetic, hasn't it? Captain, my captain. And this captain is playing so well and leading his team. As you mentioned, the great number of touchdown passes. He's like
the Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Darnold on 1st down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
one of the more productive players up until last year. Remember, in 2019, 116 catches, which was an all-time record for NFL running backs. Trying to come back from an injury-filled 2020, just 17 catches on the year. Sure is great to see him back on the field doing his thing.
2nd down and 3.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for Carolina.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go. And touchdown! Dan Arnold, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more...
Oh, good. Rodgers is hurt.
And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I think they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere.
Poor little Rodgers has a boo-boo.
Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
Stick your binky in your mouth when you get in the locker room, you
8
fucker.
yards to go on second down. Now a handoff. Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Elliott good with a PAT. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. On first down, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. A big play there for Carolina. One of the good things about throwing in his direction, he usually has the size advantage on those two-man catches.
And what I like about his game is that he carries himself at his full height. He understands it's an advantage and uses it at every opportunity.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 now, third quarter from Charlotte. Now Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Matt Rule, a risk taker in college, going for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
On to the fourth.
A moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Tremble, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Hurts. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along
2 minutes to go.
Confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On the ground, McCaffrey, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. On 1st down, Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We saw it at Stanford. It does not surprise me to see it here in the NFL as well. This is one elusive young man.
He set the NCAA record in 2015 at 3,864 all-purpose yards.
Listen, after watching that move, I just called for the trainer. I think I pulled a hammy just watching it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Joey Slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Panthers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And that is it for this video. I will see you all at the next one. I love y'all. Peace.